Hello everyone, let's delve into compound inequalities. Compound inequalities consist of two inequalities joined by the word and or the word or. Okay, so what does this look like? Well, in example 1a, I've got -1 is less than x and x is less than 2. So this is going to be, an and. Because I can write this as -1 is less than x and x is less than 2. So if I were to graph this at -1 and 2, those are my kind of restrictions. Those are my barriers. I've got an open circle at 1, or -1, an open circle at 2, and I have this region in between the two that is going to be shaded. All right, because and means that any number that I pick has to satisfy both of those inequalities. So x is bigger than -1 and x is less than 2 is going to be that region shaded. All right, as opposed to this next one, which we see here, that keyword or. So if I'm going to graph this, x is less than or equal to -2. It's going to be a closed circle then at -2, shading off to the left, because x is less than or equal to -2, or x is bigger than 1. So an open circle there at 1. Okay? So let's expand that now, and let's do the opposite. Let's write a compound inequality based on the graph. So A, we're looking at where those shadings overlap. So this is going to be an and. So x is going to be sandwiched in between two other numbers. Well, it's sandwiched in between -1 and 10. And because those are closed circles, we have equality here. So we have x is bigger than or equal to -1 and x is less than or equal to 10. All right, whereas opposed in B, this is an or, because they're not overlapping. They're going in opposite directions. Okay, so in or, we have x could be less than 3, or x could be bigger than or equal to 10. And that is how we write a compound inequality based off the graph.